G'day and welcome back. We've got a new job to do for Hancock guitars in Queensland. This one is a simple enough to do. It's a fingerboard. There's a couple of difficulties in it, but basically what we'll be doing is thicknessing the board to 6.8 millimeters, radius at 12 inches. Cut the fret slots, cut the pearl inlay slots, and polish it all off to suit. There's two difficulties. One is that they're blind fret slots, which you can't do. Basically there's no binding on it. You can't do that with a saw, a standard saw, but it's easy enough to do with a machine. Now the other difficulty is, for me, is that the pearl pieces, there's about 50 of them, and each one is about half a millimetre, maybe a millimetre shorter than the previous one. So I'll have 50 different size pearl pieces that all look the same. So I have to work all that out as I go. But first things first, let's sort out the machine code. Okay, well as we always start off, we have a basic board. There's where I'll put the fretboard. There's my center line. That's the size of the table. And then there's a couple of location markers there. So that's the basics that I'll start off with. First thing I need to do is load in the 12-inch 3D model. So I'll import the 3D model. There it is there. Check my sizes. Z 6.9, 540 long, 75 wide. We're in millimeters. My 0 point is the bottom, so we'll accept that. And there is the 3D representation of the fingerboard. It's not a very good representation, but it gives a grayscale to show high spots, low spots. The next thing is we need to check the fingerboard. Now these guys are really good. They often give me free run and say, come up with something. Very now and again they will actually have a specific design that they need done. This is one of those designs. When they do their CAD work, it's always spot on. The only problems I ever have are the problems that I create by not understanding what I'm looking at. So this one's pretty good, but having said all that, there are things that they don't know, and that's the machine side of it. So if I check these vectors, you'll see I select these. It goes pink dotted line, there's a pink dotted line, there's a pink dotted line. So none of these vectors are joined. Now for the machine that's no good. So what I need to do is now join all these vectors. So I'll select all those, come over to here, join open vectors, so I join them. Now you can see that that's one complete vector. Now I need to be able to join all the rest of these vectors, and that's easy enough in that I select everything, deselect the ones I just did. It says here closed, 64, open, 3, join those, and now we've got closed vectors. Now just double check that. I'll do a rough machine code, which is a pocket toolpath. select those. It didn't bring up a fault, so everything must be okay. Alright, well I'm happy with that. So now what we can do, select all those. I will group those. So if I move it, I move the whole lot together. Control C. Into my other drawing area, Control V. Now obviously that's in the wrong spot, so I'll rotate that -90. Still in the wrong spot. Go center, and there's my fingerboard on the fingerboard blank. Now it's still not right, because machine wise this is going to give me a problem, these sharp corners. So what I need to do is modify all that. I won't touch the fret slots, I will only do the pearl. So come over here, create fillets. I'll do a T-bone fillet. Tool radius 0.35, and I select each one of these to give me a rounded end. So I'll do that for the whole fretboard. Only one way to do it, and that's manual. Okay, well everything's right there. So what we do, save it, move to layer, frets, move to layer, pearl pockets, move to layer, cutout, now as you can see I can turn them on and off as I go. Back over here, regenerate, everything's okay. So I'll preview that, and you can see that curve there. So that's alright. What we need to do now is create a pocket, check my speeds, feed rate 0.5 millimeter, we'll go to a ebony, go 3, we'll go 1, call it fret pockets. Fret pockets, they want 2.5 millimeters deep, 0.5 mil end mill. We'll select the frets and project the toolpath onto the 3D model. Calculate that. We just check everything. Close that. Now I'm going to use the same for the pearl pockets, so I'll copy the toolpath. In this case I'll be doing 1.5 1mm deep. Calculate that, and that's fine as well. So now that we've done that, we now need to create a profile toolpath. In this case we're looking at 6.8mm deep. Select a 1/8 inch end mill. We'll go down 1.5mm at a time. Feed rate 10, plunge rate 5, that's okay. Ramps, we'll add the ramps. What we'll do is we'll go 1/4mm oversize. Now if I select solid, you see between the black line and the blue, that's my 1/4mm clearance. Again, we'll copy that, 0, we'll go down 10mm at a time, we'll go 6mm a second. Don't want any ramps. We'll call that finish cutout. So now if I select and deselect these, you'll see what it's trying to do. So first of all I'll do this rough cut and it'll just bore through it. Then I'll go back and I'll do this final finishing pass. And that's basically it. Again, save, and everything's perfect for what I want to do. What I come over is preview toolpaths, everything's right, come back in here, reset preview, preview all toolpaths. So what I should be able to do, delete waste material, and it will show what we'll end up with. What I'll do when I do the surface, I'll do it in 2 stages. I'll do a rough pass, then I'll reset the machine and do a final pass. Save that. And there's the design done.